Part 7. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 61. Can I get all my magic crystals back? I don't want to hatch it. Fang Fan has a dark face, he really can't afford to hatch. Ding. No. Trickster. Fang Fan took a breath, intending to give up, but suddenly thought of a wise saying. Perhaps you have already taken 99 steps, isn't it a pity to give up at the door? Continue. 3,000 magic crystals. 4,000. 10,000. My CAO. I really don't have it anymore. Fang Fan rolled his eyelids, his expression dull. In the past few days, the rake of the card shop plus the magic crystals obtained by slaughtering the zombies have all been invested. If it doesn't hatch again, then he really can't help it. Click. The sound of eggshells cracking. Babble ah. Boom. The eggshell was broken with a small hole, a puppy's head stuck out. Boom. Another small hole was opened, and another puppy's head stuck out. Boom. One more puppy head sticking out. The three-headed dog of hell. Species, Cerberus three-headed dog. Master, Fang Fan. Level, juvenile, equivalent to 3-star monster. Skills, Tengu eclipses the moon, Samadhi true fire. 3-star monster level. Tisk, that's not bad, I didn't lose my 10,000 magic crystals in vain. Fang Fan felt a little more comfortable after seeing the level of the three-headed dog. 3-star combat power, anyway, can help him, after all, it is not a waste. And it's still in a juvenile state, and it will definitely grow again in the future, it can also become more powerful, the future is bright. Sun family. Sun Xian is dead? This idiot. Didn't he take hundreds of people with him? What's going on? Sun Ting's brows suddenly wrinkled, and when he heard that his nephew died, he was not sad at first, but angry. There is a card shop in the northwest. Master Sun Xian also had some festivals with this card shop, his ear was cut off by the shop owner. Master Sun Xian was not convinced, so he brought people over to find a place, but I didn't expect, they were all killed. Few escaped. Oh yes, I heard that Zhao Yaxin from the Zhao family also went in the end. Sun Shi, the housekeeper of the Sun family, lowered his head and reported that he had never concealed anything. When people die, things get bigger. Is it still involved with the Zhao family? The Zhao family has been developing very fast recently, it is said that the corpse rate and casualty rate of their team members have been greatly reduced recently. Do you know what happened? Sun Ting put out the cigarette, and his eyes could not help showing a defensive attitude. Sun Xian's death doesn't really piss him off. He was even more annoyed at the fact that the Sun family lost hundreds of people and the Sun family's power was severely damaged. And now the Zhao family is involved, then he has to be serious. The major families in Zhongcheng seem to be of the same spirit, but in fact, everyone understands the filth among them. It will be bad before the end of the world, let alone after the end of the world. Just for all aspects, they had to choose to join forces. If the internal friction continued, Zhongcheng would have been occupied by the zombie army long ago. Patriarch, I heard that the Zhao family suddenly added a batch of serum cards and healing cards, they started to distribute these two cards, and... Sun Shi paused here for a while, with a look of hesitation in his eyes. Say. Do you still want to hide from me? Sun Ting glared at Sun Shi with dissatisfaction. Yes, Patriarch, I heard that the Zhao family's batch of serum cards and healing cards were purchased from that card shop, maybe there is any connection between them, not necessarily. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 62. Sun Shi pointed it out at a glance, and Sun Ting's eyes suddenly lit up. The card shop, it seems that there is something strange. You send someone in, pretend to be a little bit, and buy a batch of serum cards and healing cards. Verify the authenticity of this matter. Sun Ting raised his eyebrows and made a decision. From his point of view, the interests of the family come first. Patriarch, Master Sun Xin. Sun Shi asked carefully, for fear of making Sun Ting lively. That idiot is courting his own death, no one can be blamed. However, if that shop can supply serum cards and healing cards continuously, it must be firmly in its hands. Hula La. A sports car that was dragged to the extreme drove from the central city to the northwest, and finally stopped in front of a shop. The owner, is the owner there? I wipe it. The owner of the store, you are really awesome. I heard that you killed Sun Xin? I, Zhou Kaishan, have never been convinced by a few people in my life. You are one of them. Tisk tisk tisk, that idiot Sun Xin dares to challenge you, I really don't know how to die. The Sun family hasn't come to continue looking for trouble these days, right? If you have trouble mentioning my name as Zhou Kaishan, I will hammer them to death. The door of the store was pushed open, and Zhou Kaishan burst in, chatting, and Fang Fan waved his hand subconsciously. Things are settled, come to me, is there something wrong? Fang Fan waved his hands and feet. He recently discovered that he didn't have to kill zombies to advance his strength. Instead, sitting here and doing cultivation can also slowly improve your cultivation. There seems to be a special kind of vitality in the air, which can continuously enter his body, improve his physical strength, and then gradually make him stronger. As for the experience card used before, in fact, after using it, a mysterious thing will enter the body, which can improve the physique and enhance the combat power. Even Fang Fan felt that the awakening card was similar. Or the store owner is smart. That's right, I told my old man about this store, and my old man still doesn't believe it. I think I'm lying to him. No. This time I'm here to buy a batch of those serum cards and healing cards. Let's get 2,000 each. Zhou Kaishan waved his hand, looking extraordinarily arrogant. Fang Fan smiled and said yes, not bad. Very good. He likes the high rollers. Sincerely 20,000 low-grade magic crystals. Fang Fan waved his hand and took the magic crystal. They're all mid-grade magic crystals. Fang Fan looked a little surprised when he looked at the 200 middle-grade magic crystals in his hand. The apocalypse is not long since the opening time. It stands to reason that some low-grade magic crystals should be pouring into the market now. If you want to get the middle-grade magic crystal, then you have to kill the high-level mutant zombies. Hey. Our family found a, Zhou Kaishan was speaking carelessly, but halfway through, his face showed embarrassment. Fang Fan knew that it was probably because of their family interests. Forget it, I won't ask if it's embarrassing. Fang Fan waved his hand, he is not such a gossip person either. No. No, it's not really a secret. Our family found a batch of magic crystals in a cave outside the city, it's just that we could only wander around the periphery and picked up a lot of magic crystals. We wanted to go deeper, but we found a powerful zombie king, our Zhou family got on a lot of people, and finally came back without success. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 63. Speaking of this, Zhou Kaishan seemed a little indignant. That zombie king is really strong. Not only is he immune to bullets, but cannonballs can't hurt him. I'm sure there must be more high-grade magic crystals in there. Zhou Kaishan was full of regret, but there was nothing he could do. Endless wealth is in front of you, you have to have your life to get it. Even cannonballs can't deal damage to it, then they can only choose to accept their fate. The place you speak of, where is it? A gleam of light flashed in Fang Fan's eyes, and he took a fancy to these magic crystals. Although this guy Zhou Kaishan is bluffing, he doesn't look like the kind of person who likes to tell lies. In this case, slaughtering the powerful zombie king, not only can a large number of precious cards be exploded, but also can take the opportunity to search for the high-grade magic crystals inside. Fang Fan's entire net worth was looted by the three-headed dog in front of him, and Fang Fan was very poor at the moment. What made his scalp numb even more was that the three-headed dog of hell actually feeds on magic crystals. Every day without giving magic crystals, it starts to bark. Fang Fan would like to say something I can't afford. But when he thought of the images of the awesome three-headed hellhounds fighting for him in the future, Fang Fan felt that he could still bear it. It's 30 miles southwest of the city, that's the mountains. Innkeeper, you don't think about going to this muddy water, I can tell you, it's always scary there, you can't ask for money or death. Zhou Kaishan shouted loudly, trying to get Fang Fan to give up this unrealistic idea. Don't worry, I'm measured. Fang Fan waved his hand and said it casually. Cough, that's right, the shop owner doesn't want you to take me with you, I know that the shop owner is awesome, maybe you'll kill the zombie king. Zhou Kaishan rubbed his hands together, his face full of excitement. Aren't you afraid and unwilling to go? There is a zombie king there, it's scary. Fang Fan glanced at Zhou Kaishan, what the hell was the second ancestor thinking? Hee, I would be afraid if I went alone, but this is not accompanied by the owner of the store, if you go, then what am I afraid of? You are so awesome, you will definitely be able to take me to fly, then I will make a fortune. Take me one too. I also want to save some magic crystals and buy some cards. Zhou Kaishan said righteously, looking at Fang Fan's eyes full of admiration. Fang Fan's mouth twitched, I still have fans. No, I can't guarantee your safety. Fang Fan waved his hand, in fact, he disliked this guy for being a fuel bottle. The shop owner, the place I mentioned is hard to find. If you don't have me to lead the way, I'm afraid you will spend a lot of time looking for the way, bring me, it's good to lead the way. Zhou Kaishan had a bitter look on his face, he could see it, Fang Fan was an absolutely awesome big man, Sun Xi and brought hundreds of people over to smash the field, and if he said it was destroyed, it would be destroyed. For such an awesome existence, he had to hug his thighs. What? Is that so? Then come over tomorrow, take a rest at night and go together tomorrow. Fang Fan pondered for a while, this guy was right. Anyway, this news is also provided by him, and it should be taken to give him some favors. Okay. I'll just say it. Be sure to come tomorrow morning. Zhou Kaishan flattered a few times, looking very excited. Anyone? I'm here to buy cards. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 64. There was a new guest outside the door, and his face was a little gloomy. When he first walked in, Zhou Kaishan silently moved aside, obviously not wanting to disturb Fang Fan's business. Just seeing the face of the visitor, Zhou Kaishan's expression changed slightly, but he didn't point it out directly. I want to buy a batch of serum cards and healing cards, how much stock do you have here? The visitor lowered his head, unable to see his face. How much do you want? Fang Fan spread his hands, he always had such questions, and he didn't know how to answer them. 10,000. Are there any? Have. How about 100,000? Also. Oh, then give me 100 of each. The one who spoke was a middle-aged man with an octagonal beard and a gloomy expression on his face. Fang Fan almost didn't mention it in one breath. I originally thought it was a big business, but I didn't expect it to come, it was a good deal. 100 serum cards, 100 healing cards, a total of 1000 low-grade magic crystals. Fang Fan weekly reported the numbers. It is good. Give me 1000 more, this is 10,000 low-grade magic crystals. The middle-aged man with the octagonal beard gave out 10,000 magic crystals again, looking unusually atmospheric. Fang Fan raised his eyes, this guy, why did he buy it separately? Is this a test of your own home? Sincerely 10,000 magic crystals, this is a card. However, there is a business, and naturally it is impossible not to make money. 10,000 magic crystals, the result is 1,000 magic crystals. I was recently eaten by the three-headed hell dog and vomited blood, I have to get some blood back. Very good. The middle-aged man with octagonal beard looked at the card in his hand, and a gleam of light flashed in his eyes. 1,000 such black iron cards. 10 bronze cards. Chinjui 2,000 low-grade magic crystals, this is the card you need. Although the customer is a bit strange, the money Fang Fan can't help but earn. In the past, people who came to purchase cards would open them as soon as they bought the cards from the extraction series, but the person in front of them put them away and strode away. The shop owner, this person is Sun Shi, the housekeeper of the Sun family. He must have come to buy cards to strengthen himself. Didn't you let them succeed? When the middle-aged man with Bajiaohu left, Zhou Kaishan hurriedly walked out and said to Fang Fan. Shopkeeper, you can still get it if you send someone to chase it now, or I'll lend you the sports car. Zhou Kaishan suggested again that it seemed that it was indeed due to Fang Fan's consideration. The housekeeper of the Sun family. He gave the magic crystal, and I sold the cards. It's a fair deal. How can there be any reason to take other people's cards? It's okay, I hope he can buy more. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth rose, feeling quite relieved. Regardless of his son's Li family, as long as it is given to the magic crystal, it is a good family. Just a wave of operations, more than 1,000 magic crystals came. This business, it would be great if it could be done a few more times. The Sun family, a luxurious courtyard. The owner, bought it all, it's true. The shop I went to personally, although I don't know where he got these stocks, I checked them randomly, and these healing cards and serum cards are all real. There are also black iron level cards and bronze level cards, which sell 1 magic crystal and 100 magic crystals respectively. The healing card and the serum card each sell 5 magic crystals. Patriarch, if we copied that shop, we'll send it. Sun Shi's lips began to tremble. Today was a throw in the towel, and it turned out great. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 65. Copy the card shop. Sun Ting was lost in thought. It was a very seductive idea, but in his eyes, it seemed extraordinarily crude. He suddenly thought of his dead nephew. That guy has so many healing cards and serum cards, it's weird. It's not that simple. I suspect that there is an army behind him that kills zombies to get cards, or, he has reached a cooperation with the Zhao family. Sun Ting thought for a while, then shook his head again. Don't touch him for now, distribute this batch of serum cards and healing cards to the action team to improve their combat effectiveness. As for these bronze level cards and black iron level cards, let's open them together. Weapon card. Food card. Skill card. Blank card. This is Bloodline card. It's so strange. Undead zombie blood. So. Early the next morning, Chen Buletin took care of the shop, and then Fang Fan took Galen, the demon army, and the Gothic submachine gunner army to the magic crystal cave. Letting the Yellow Turban leader Legion stay behind is also to improve the defensive strength of the card shop. What happened in the past few days, Fang Fan is vivid in his mind. Zhang Chen, not so stable. In addition, he has offended one of the so-called four major families. Although Fang Fan was not afraid of them, he still needs to prepare. Early in the morning, Zhou Kaishan drove his cool sports car to the door of the card shop, and also brought 2 guards. Fang Fan glanced at it, all of them were 1-star awakeners. These 2 people are for my protection, the shop owner can ignore them. Zhou Kaishan seemed to be very talkative, chatting along the way and talking a lot. Whatever, as long as you don't kill yourself. Fang Fan waved his hand, he was relatively casual in this regard. As long as it doesn't interfere with his next plan, he can do whatever he wants. After leaving the inner city, I want to go to the special magic crystal cave that Zhou Kaishan said, and there is still 30 miles away. Along the way, zombies are everywhere, and there are many 1-star mutant zombies, and a few 2-star zombies can appear from time to time. The situation outside has completely deteriorated. The speed of zombie advancement, let all survivors feel the crisis. They try their best to improve themselves, try to make themselves stronger, and those survivors who have legions go to great lengths to upgrade their legions. But obviously, even if you are lucky enough to open legion cards, most of them are ordinary legions that cannot be evolved. Although they can generate combat power for a while, as the end of the world continues, the role of these ordinary legions will be reduced. Was gradually weakened. Just like the Qingzhou Army Corps currently owned by Chen Buletin, it has never been able to improve, and it is stuck in the ranks of the ordinary army. If it is released now, I am afraid that it will not be enough for these zombies to eat. Along the way, the Gerda submachine gunners corps is responsible for clearing the road. This is a 1-star army. When sweeping on the road, ordinary 1-star zombies can be smashed into sieves. If you encounter some 2-star mutant zombies, Satan will rush over with the demon army. The demon army is a 3-star army. It is very simple to deal with these 2-star mutant zombies. As for Zhou Kaishan, but he has been shouting 666 Naiubi. There are too many zombies, blocking the remote mountain road, and it is impossible to drive, so you can only walk all the way. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 66. It's almost there, it's the cave in front. Our Zhou family found a large number of exposed magic crystals in front of that cave. But our Zhou family's death squad can't rush in at all, the monsters inside are too strong. Zhou Kaishan's face was full of regret, and his 2 eyes glanced around, as if searching for something. Lord, a group of centipede monsters rushed over there. Each one is more than half a meter long. Hans walked over with a submachine gun and reported. Our guns can't break armor. The latter sentence is very crucial, showing the power of these centipedes. These centipedes, all have the strength of 1-star monsters. In addition, the ones who lead are all 2-star monsters. Garen squinted his eyes, and directly exploded the bottom of them. Fang Fan didn't dare to be careless. Each of these centipede monsters was over a meter long and half a meter tall. It was extremely terrifying. The leading ones are even bigger. Satan, take the demon army to destroy them. Fang Fan gave an order, and Satan looked disgusted. These disgusting creatures, what if they get infected with their anger? Satan's face was full of unwillingness, but the 3-headed hellhound who had been following Fang Fan's side was suddenly excited. Oh, Wong Wong Wong. Fang Fan glanced at the little guy with 3 dog heads at his feet. It looked like he was only the size of a hen. Who would have thought that this little guy would have 3-star combat power? Xiao He, you follow along. Fang Fan's thoughts moved, and the 3-headed dog rushed out excitedly. Xiao He is the popular name Fang Fan gave to the 3-headed dog in hell. Anyway, the whole body is generally black. The owner, why did you let it go up and die? These centipedes are much bigger than your dog. Although your dog has 3 heads, it's not as big as 1 foot if you add 1. Joe Kaishin looked distressed, and seemed to have foreseen that this cute little guy was going to be dismembered, and then chewed up and swallowed by those terrifying centipedes. Wang. Xiao He took the lead. Compared with the passive sabotage of the Demon Legion, it was very excited. First, he pounced on a 2-star centipede monster, and then his 2 dog claws began to scratch. The 3 dog heads were biting towards the centipede monster's head together. Clack clack. The shell of the centipede monster, which can't even penetrate the bullet, was torn apart little by little. The centipede monster began to jump up and down, whining twice from time to time, but it didn't take long, it was killed directly. A few cards and 2 middle-grade magic crystals were dropped. Clack clack. The 3 dog heads ate 2 middle-grade magic crystals, and the one bitten was so dry. Fang Fan's head is full of black lines. What's more, these are 200 low-grade magic crystals. What a real loser. The Demon Legion arrived slowly, and with a flying pounce, dozens of monster centipedes were all slaughtered. I'm CAO, I read that right, this dog is so fierce. This mouth is so good. This is a 2-star monster. Kill it when you say it. The owner is the owner, and the dogs are all fed with magic crystals. Real cowhide. Joe Kaishin stared at Xiao He in astonishment, his eyes were straight. I thought, this is a strange-looking dog, who would have thought of such a big dog, so domineering. Fortunately, I didn't slap it just now. Joe Kaishin looked at his small arms and calves with a look of joy. I had this idea just now. Fortunately, the clip fell. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 67. Lord, this is the card dropped by those centipede monsters just now. Han stepped forward to clean the battlefield, because most of these centipede monsters were 1-star 2-star level, so they gained a lot. In addition to thousands of magic crystals, there are also many cards. Space card. Introduction, used to get 1 cubic meter of sumi space, which can be used to place items. Note, in theory you could fit an entire planet. This is a strange new card. It is true that there are some things that are inconvenient to put on the body, such as these magic crystals. It is good to say that the number is small. If there is this kind of sumi space, it will be different. Use the space card. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting 1 cubic meter of sumi space. Fang Fan took off all kinds of cards and magic crystals from his body, and with a thought, they disappeared from his hands in a blink of an eye. With another thought, they appeared in front of him again, which seemed extremely convenient. Oh my God! God works! The owner is awesome. Joe Kaishin didn't know what to say on the side, and his face showed admiration for Fang Fan. Continue to go inside, but pay attention to safety. As soon as you reach the entrance of the cave, you encounter a 2-star centipede monster. It will definitely be more dangerous inside. Fang Fan breathed a sigh of relief. Now is not the time to be crawling, everything is best to be careful. Hee, with the shop owner here, what are we afraid of? And we Xiao He, such a savage. By the way, the owner, what breed is your pet dog? Why is it so popular, can you sell it to me? Woo, wang. As soon as Joe Kaishin finished speaking, Xiao He turned his head and screamed fiercely at Joe Kaishin for a few times, even rushing over to take 2 bites. I'm fine. The shop owner saves me. Save me. Joe Kaishin's face darkened, his face full of fear. Can you understand this special? Xiao He, don't make trouble. Be quiet. Be careful, I feel, something is wrong here. Fang Fan stroked Xiao He's head and calmed it down. In addition to being able to eat a little, this dog's fighting power is still very strong, and his intelligence is not bad. Ah, ah, it hurts to death. I saw a Joe family guard walking by the side suddenly holding his head in his hands, his face full of pain, and soon his face began to wither, and his body began to tremble. Soon, he died directly, and he didn't even have the chance to use the healing card. Don't touch the liquid on the wall. Everyone be careful. Fang Fan glanced at the dead Joe family guard, and his face became ugly in an instant. GGG, this little venom, can scare you like this, it's really a child. It's far worse than the venom of our demon race. Satan came over with a look of contempt, wiped a handful of the liquid on the wall, and swallowed it. Fang Fan's mouth twitched, and this bitch started to twitch again. Can't you give your lord some face? Sing the opposite of me. Satan, you are walking ahead with the demon army, and report any situation at any time. Aren't you crazy? How hard are the capable ones? Satan pursed his lips, subconsciously trying to bicker, but when he turned around and saw Galen's glaring gaze, he shrugged and walked forward reluctantly. This ground, is all paved with magic crystals, all of them are mid-grade magic crystals. Shopkeeper, we have made a fortune. Joe Kaishin stepped on the ground, penetrated a little light and looked over, a piece of crystal clear. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 68. We just need to take it back and we'll post it? Joe Kaishin took out a sack and began to pack it. Obviously, he was well prepared. Grass. Come and dress me up. Joe Kaishin greeted another surviving Joe family guard and began to dig the magic crystal on the ground. Fang Fan opened his mouth and subconsciously wanted to say something. Oh, it hurts, my hand. Use the healing card for him, Fang Fan hurriedly shouted. No way, it doesn't work, the toxin is still spreading. Cut off the arm. Fang Fan scolded. Joe Kaishin was still in a stunned state. Fang Fan personally took the knife and cut it down with one knife, the blood was like a note. Use the healing card again. Don't move. This place is full of toxins. Our current body can't resist this toxin. Fang Fan gritted his teeth. They were different from demons. They were all mortals. Even if they became a one-star awakened, they still didn't have the ability to resist poison. There's a big hole in it, a big centipede, and 200 or 300 smaller centipedes. I can't see the strength of the big centipede. The small centipede started at the 1-star level at least, there are several 3-star level. Satan came over from the front, his face a little ugly. A big centipede of unknown strength, 200 or 300 smaller centipedes. This configuration is so luxurious. Shopkeeper, let's not provoke those centipedes, just dig up a batch of magic crystals here and run. Joe Kaishin's face was full of horror, he was afraid of death. His 2 awakened guards, dead and disabled, were really scared. We are digging the magic crystals here. There is too much movement. Sooner or later, these centipedes will be awakened. It's not right to do this. Either exit the magic geode and save your life, or rush in and kill all those centipedes. Fang Fan's eyes shone brightly. Be a coward, it's naturally impossible to let this action come back in vain. That being the case, we can only rush in. Prepare for battle first. I now have more than a dozen promotion cards in my hand, enough for the Gothic submachine gunners to be promoted to the 2nd star. Ding. Using 12 promotion cards, the Gothic submachine gunner corps was promoted to the Gothic machine gunner corps. Gothic machine gunners, evolvable. Level, 2 stars. Number, 12. Commander, Hans. Skills, Rain of Bullets, Rapid Fire Triple Combo, Iron Wool. Loyalty, 100, Die Loyal. The Gothic machine gunners have all changed their gear. The machine guns in their hands are not guns in the general sense. Ammunition, the existing ordinary guns. The ammunition is still difficult to break the defense against the one-star mutant zombies, let alone kill them directly. But the Gothic machine gunner corps is a two-star army. The machine guns in their hands can completely kill one-star mutant zombies, and if they shoot at a key part of the two-star mutant zombies, they can kill them. I still have an experience card, I got it from killing those centipede monsters just now. Also use it together, 1-star awakens cultivation strength is still a bit low. Use the experience card. The feeling of using the experience card this time is different from the last time. The last time I just felt that my strength had improved a little, I didn't feel like I was promoted. And this time, Fang Fan Z felt a heat wave coming from all over his body. Hiss. Cool. 2-star awakener. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 69. Finally broke through. Fang Fan shook his head, the feeling of breaking through was still very comfortable. With the escalation of battles again and again, the strength of the 1-star awakened, is obviously not enough. At the same time as Fang Fan's breakthrough, Galen's eyes suddenly lit up. My strength has also been unlocked, and now I have the combat power of a 5-star awakened. Galen said something softly, and Fang Fan nodded secretly. The dog system said before that Garen was originally strong, but his strength was sealed after becoming his hero. In the sealed state, the level cannot be higher than his 3 levels. Before Fang Fan was a 1-star awakener, Galen had 4-star combat power. Now that Fang Fan has broken through to a 2-star awakened, it is quite normal for Galen to break through. 5-star awakened. Zhou Kaishan on the side was already drowsy, but in an instant, he was completely drowsy and his face was shocked. I wiped, are they all that strong? 5-star awakened, is this true? Zhou Kaishan's eyes changed when he looked at Galen, as if he was looking at a big monster, and the sense of awe in Fang Fan's eyes became stronger. What a gang of evildoers! It's enough for a dog to slaughter a 2-star centipede monster, and a guard who runs over is all 5-star awakened combat power. This world is crazy. I must not fight against the shopkeeper, against him, it's a dead end. I don't want to die now. Zhou Kaishan secretly set a flag in his heart. All is ready except for the opportunity. Later Gothic gunners line up to shoot. The demon army is charging ahead, resist me. Satan, if you trip me up, I'll hammer you to death. I'll kill you before I die. Galen, you are in charge of dealing with the biggest centipede monster. Fang Fan breathed a sigh of relief and took out a 1-star warsword from his hand, with a cold look on his face. Then, what about me? Zhou Kaishan swallowed his saliva. Although he was afraid, he still felt stimulated. You are responsible for observing the back road, don't let other centipedes outflank our back road, take care of him by the way. Fang Fan glanced at the Zhou family guard who had a broken arm. As far as the level of Zhou Kaishan's awakened star is concerned, it is not very useful. Rush. Fang Fan gave an order, and Satan led the demon army to take the brunt of the charge, and then the Gothic machine gunners dispersed in formation and began to shoot frantically. Chug-chu. Da-da-da. The machine gun is more sprinting than the submachine gun, and the bullets are shot out, breaking the defense of the centipede monster, and a dark brown blood is all over it. The 2-star Gothic machine gunners are obviously more explosive than the 1-star Gothic submachine gunners. There is a huge difference between the 2-star army and the 1-star army. Zitsize. The centipede monsters in the cave were awakened and began to glare at these intruders, with infinite killing intent in their eyes. The huge centipede king, which was 7 or 8 meters long, began to dispatch troops and sent centipede monsters to attack. There are about 200 or 300 zombies in the cave, among which there are many 1-star centipedes, about 30 or 40 2-star centipedes, and 7 or 8 3-star centipedes. As for the largest centipede, it actually possesses a 5-star combat power. Galen rushed up with a big sword in hand, and was directly bounced back. Quickly more centipedes attacked Garen. Grass. Fortunately, labor and capital are well prepared. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 70. Fang Fan felt that the Centipede King's powerful combat power could not help but feel a little lucky. If he didn't choose to improve his realm before, but rushed in carelessly, then this 5-star Centipede King would be enough to tear him apart. It sounds like a fluke. The 5-star Galen collided with the 5-star Centipede King, and it was obvious that Galen had the upper hand. This is because there are too many centipede monsters here, and they will harass Garen from time to time. Although it cannot hurt Garen, it will also hinder his offensive line, so it has been stalemate. Satan, fly over and attack the Centipede King from behind. Fang Fan killed a 1-star centipede at will, and quickly issued an order to Satan. They are few in number, and they can still stalemate now. After they are exhausted, they can only be slaughtered by others. The Centipede King must be killed first to completely destroy this batch of centipede monsters. Boss, that centipede is too strong, I go up, not enough for others to step on. Satan's face is full of fear, and the devil's heart is still inclined to bully the soft and fear the hard. Next time there is an opportunity for promotion in the Legion, labor and management will consider you first. Don't be so rude, or labor and capital will kill you now. Fang Fan's face darkened. This guy, what a piece of land. All right, go now. When Satan heard the opportunity for promotion in the Legion, his face immediately showed joy. He saw the whole process of the promotion of the Gothic machine gunners just now. Originally, it was impossible to even pierce the armor of the 1-star centipede monster, but after being promoted, he could sweep the 1-star centipede monster, and even penetrated the armor of the 2-star centipede. I have to say, it's too awesome. According to legend, the demon army commanded by Satan is now a 3-star army, and he has been promoted to 1 level. He is 1 step closer to becoming the real demon lord. Satan rushed towards him frantically as if he had been beaten with chicken blood. Wong wong wong. The 3-headed Cerberus is very happy in the crowd of centipede monsters. It is small in size and fast. From time to time, it can sneak up to kill a centipede monster, and even 3-star level centipede monsters have been killed several times by its sneak attack. The first thing this dog does to kill the centipede monster is to eat the magic crystal that exploded, eat and drink, pat on the stomach and continue to look for the next target. The others were numb from the beating and struggled to get by, but this guy was at ease. Fang Fan glanced angrily at this bastard. Such a strong bloodline is a bullshit. The infant body has 3-star combat power. Dark Cage. Satan flew into the sky, launched an attack on the Centipede King, and directly launched the ultimate skill. I saw a huge virtual cage suddenly landed, covering the sky above the Centipede King. The Centipede King slammed hard, and the dark cage was crumbling. Several pillars collapsed directly, but the dark cage did not collapse. On the contrary, Satan spit out a mouthful of black blood, his face full of pain. Demachian justice. Garen saw the opportunity, and took advantage of the Centipede King's attack on the dark cage to instantly launch a big move, one move, and the earthquake shone. Cut directly along the head of the Centipede King, a bright holy light flashed, and the Centipede King trembled and began to collapse. Boom! The huge body collapsed to the ground, crushing several small centipede monsters along the way. Finally killed. Everyone, Strangle the remaining centipede monsters.